Okay, so this is the Longoria family of Grafton. Two of the triplets were born with cerebral palsy. Both were later diagnosed with muscular dystrophy and must use wheelchairs. Then, this single mom found out she had stage 3 breast cancer. It is a story that's hard for anybody to hear.
But out of this story comes hope, with over 1,000 eager volunteers and 2 generous organizations. The Longoria family has a newly renovated home from top to bottom. Today's TMJ4 has covered the story in the past, but this Sunday, the whole nation will get to watch with Ann Curry on Dateline NBC.
How about that? And this morning, 14-year-old Tyler Longoria is with us now, along with Jim Kacmarcik. He's the founder of Hometown Heroes and president of Kapco, located in Grafton. A pleasure to have
Welcome
you
to both
here.
of you.
Thank you so much, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about why you founded this Hometown Heroes.
Well, we founded that really after 9/11. There was, you know, obviously that story in and of itself captured all of us. And, you know, I was just sitting there thinking we need to do something locally, I felt. And so Hometown Heroes was born. And in that particular time, we paid tribute to all the first responders of Cedarburg and Grafton, the fire departments, the police, EMTs, emergency government, and Ozaukee County Sheriff's Department. And really just had a big day-long event, actually a week-long event as it turned out. About 8,000 people came out just saying thanks to the local first responders. Much of them were volunteers. So that was how it was born.
Nice.
You know, we called it Hometown Heroes at the time.
And then how did you learn of the Longoria family and their story?
Well, in a different thing that we do, a charitable challenge type event, a bunch of college kids, I give them some money and they, and their job is to kind of pay it forward. You know, I give them a little seed money and you know, they have to do random acts of kindness. You know, kind of in a little competition, a friendly competition, and the winning team last year, as part of what they did, they uncovered the Longoria family of Grafton, and they showed it on the DVD that they presented, and you know, that's how we got to know the family. We saw some of their struggles as the college kids found them, and brought them to our attention.
It's so cool. And Tyler's one of 3 triplets. We mentioned it's Tyler, Kylie, and Megan, and you are all part of this Dateline NBC special, which is really pretty incredible. How did Dateline NBC come to find out about their story too, and start being inspired to cover Hometown Heroes Family Edition, which became your effort to help the Longoria family?
Yeah, as we did this competition, I brought a great friend in, Neil Willenson, from Heartland. He's just an awesome individual.
We know him too. He is fantastic.
He's a great man. And Neil had some connections in the past with the Home Makeover show, and the Longorias had applied for it and actually got turned down. So Neil and I kind of got together and said, you know, this was such a great story and a great need, and together we kind of started out and set forth and said, we're going to do something for this family, and before you know it, it became something significant. And early on, a producer showed up at the Longorias, kind of interviewed them, saw what we were doing, and I guess they liked the story. And
how could they not?
Yeah, no doubt. So inspirational. Well, and you were quoted as saying, in toughest times, that's when it brings out the best in people. And I think that's not only true for you picking up this story and helping them, but also how the community came together, too, which is just an amazing story in itself. And Tyler, I want to know from you, before the whole makeover, was it hard getting around the house in your wheelchairs and kind of navigating through the hallways and doorways?
Yeah, like the hallways were narrow, and like we couldn't go up and down the stairs that much a lot, and yeah.
That would be hard.
Yeah, I mean, I saw in one of the video clips from NBC, you and your sister, both in wheelchairs, got kind of like trapped in the hallway at one point because they were so narrow. How has the makeover improved your house? Because part of the Dateline special shows your house before, and then it shows all this money being raised in Grafton, and then all these volunteers, something like 1,000 volunteers from the community coming together to rip apart your house and rebuild it.
Yeah, now we can be able to go up and down the stairs because we have an elevator now, and the hallways are much wider so we can be able to fit through them.
Are some of the countertops lower as well? So it's easier for you to use?
I bet that's nice. What's your favorite part of the house?
The basement.
The basement? What's in it?
There's like lots of games and stuff. Like there's my exercising equipment that I can use.
That's great.
Oh, I bet that's great. And I
That's so
heard you
cool.
have a room that's made out of Corvettes. It's Corvette themed, which is like your favorite car on Earth.
That's
Very
really
cool.
neat. What about your sister? How does she like it?
I think she likes it.
It must have been so hard when you found out that your mom had breast cancer too, because here she's trying to help you and your sister, and knowing that you're ill, and then she finds out that she has cancer. What was that like for your family?
Scary.
Very scary. And I bet that part of the story really touched you too.
Yeah, when I first saw the college kids present their DVD to us, I saw Tyler, and I watched, and I really didn't understand what I was seeing. Tyler was by his bedside, and I actually thought Tyler was there praying, and it was a pretty long segment, and I wasn't quite sure what I was seeing, but what it was Tyler struggling to get from his bedside into his bed, and that was the beginning of, wow, we all have to help. And of course, as we learned the whole stories of the Longoria family, and Karen, such a great person, never asking for anything of anybody. Not only did she have breast cancer, she broke her arm, couldn't lift the kids. It was amazing, amazing, I guess, sad in a way, all the trials and tribulations that the Longoria family had, Karen and the kids. And so it was so easy to really discover them and fall in love with them, and everybody who learned of the story said, my goodness, we need to help.
And it wasn't just one big fundraiser. It was tons of little things. I know the principal at the school kissed a cow to raise money. And I mean, there were so many things that you put together. It's an incredible story. I'm so glad, because your mom's feeling a lot better now. Is she cancer-free?
Everything is good right now.
Good.
And, and it was just a wonderful thing. There were so many people that came and did anything they could, whether it was, working an hour, helping in the yard a little bit, or painting. That was really the whole, the theory, besides helping the Longoria family, really reaching out to the community at large and saying anything anybody's willing to do. And that was really the beautiful side of the story, and I think that's what you're going to see Sunday night.
Gave hope to your family and hope to the whole community. Beautiful story.
Want to make sure that people are able to watch Hometown Heroes, this Dateline special. It's happening here on today's TMJ4. Sunday at 6 p.m. is when you can catch the whole story and see it from start to finish, which is truly incredible. It was such a pleasure to meet both of you. Here's more information about Hometown Heroes and how you can help. Cash donations are accepted at the address you see on your screen. You can also donate online via PayPal. That web address is there too. It's HT4Hometown and then heroes.org. Awesome to meet you guys.
Yeah, great to meet
Thanks.
you.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
for having
Thanks,
us.
Tyler.
Thanks.
Still